I really need to make an intro. Anybody creative out there that's willing to help out or give me some pointers, let me know because this is kind of a boring way to start this. Hey guys, how's it going? It's the fourth here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video by Stephen Pennington called Flat Earth Bottomless Pit Nanotechnology Trust Your Brain, which is a bit of a mouthful, but I guarantee you it won't be hard to find if you search that exact term. And before we even start and get into this, I know you guys see it. I did too. I just want to make a quick announcement to everybody out there who does hear this. Stop recording in portrait mode. Turn your phone sideways. It's the easiest thing in the world. It saves us some time on the back end when editing your videos to make them more presentable. Your video will look better when you upload it because you won't have these massive black bars on the side, and everyone's happier. So please stop recording in portrait mode. Get a real camera or turn your phone sideways. It's not hard. Much better.
Okay, let me see if I can explain this to you. When you look at the moon and you're establishing the horizon, okay, and then you look straight up at the moon. All the light between the moon and the horizon straight up. It's just straight lines going straight up, okay?
Well, right off the bat, your premise is flawed because you don't establish a horizon. The horizon is the line at which the Earth and the sky appear to meet. So as you move, your horizon will change around you. It's not one fixed object or location that you can define as a horizon. It's what is perceived by the person looking for it. Secondly, light is technically bending due to Earth's gravity, but it's pretty much negligible, so we'll say it's traveling in a straight line. But the problem I have is your straight line is going the wrong direction. The way light works is the light reflecting off the moon is what we see. It has to travel to our eyes from the moon or from anything else. The whole reason you see stuff is the light reflecting off of it into your eye. The direction it's drawn out makes it seem more like the light is reflecting off the horizon to the moon, which is not how we perceive it.
And you're looking from the horizon to the moon. Well, the moon is aiming up at about the 2 o'clock position. And it actually is, yes. Okay. And you can easily see that. You compress. You have to look up, and it's maybe a 45-degree angle, but your brain will bring this line, the horizon line, closer to the moon.
Just because you pivot your eyes upward doesn't change where your horizon is, because like I said, the horizon is just where the earth and sky meet, or ocean and sky meet, if depending on where you are. But it doesn't mean that just because you look upwards, the horizon goes towards the moon. That's not how that works. It's not just the bottom of your field of view.
And you'll see easily that the terminator, they call that the terminator and the horizon intersect at an angle, see?
Fun fact, the Terminator line on the moon and your perceived horizon don't ever intersect because one's a shadow and one's light. The Terminator line is just where the light stops. Earth has a Terminator line. That's what gives us our day and night cycle. It seems like you heard these terms before and just kind of made up a definition rather than looking it up or understanding how to properly apply that definition. And, you get the validation from your creepy handmade puppets that you're right and you're the brilliant guy in the room. Seriously, go check out this guy's channel if you don't want to sleep for a week, because he's got 2,000 videos. Probably about 80% of them are these creepy handmade puppets that would give Freddy Krueger nightmares.
And because the lights just reveal that to you. They're straight lights. Okay? You're just seeing plain reality. This is no big deal. Okay? This is what you see. This is what actually is, because we're used to thinking of light not being anything but straight rays of light. Okay? And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing between the horizon and the moon, straight light rays.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Light does travel in straight rays, but the light is traveling towards our eyes. It's traveling to us, not away from us.
And that's what you see, because that's what it is. The moon's aiming up at 2 o'clock, but you get here and you go to yourself, you say, well, the sun somewhere in here, let's say it's set already. We can't see the ball. It's already set, but you can see by the colors and the brightness and everything that the sun set about here.
So you don't understand how we even see the moon. The rays from the sun are required for us to see the moon. These light rays that are bending randomly around the moon, which if Earth's gravitational field doesn't affect it enough, why would the moon's? They are just coming out of nowhere. If the sun set down in that corner where you're pointing, it would have had to go towards the moon and then reflect off of it back into our eyes for us to see it. That's how this works.
And so you're looking at the moon and the sun. You're aligning them with the lights, okay? That what? They go up and curve a little bit and come back down, right? Because the moon has not completed its course yet. It's got to go up a little more to zenith and curve and come down. That's its course. And you're seeing that. You're seeing those lights. We live under a dome, so you see dome lights. But if you just look at a little bit, you see straight lights, okay?
I'm at a loss for words. I don't get what he's saying or implying. Maybe he's considering the moon as its own source of light, but if that was the case, why would we have phases? The moon wouldn't have phases just like the sun doesn't. The sun doesn't have a 3/4 sun like you've drawn here for the moon. It's just the sun.
Here, they're all straight because you're just looking at a little bit of the dome lights. But you look at the top part of the dome lights and you go, oh, there's a curve at the top. Yeah, there is a curve at the top. So when you align the horizon where the sunset and the moon, you're looking at light that goes up and curves and comes down. So it all of a sudden, at the same time, the moon aims down and up.
I just noticed that his moons are facing two different directions, but like he just said, at the same time it faces down and up, so you'd have like this weird reverse Pac-Man moon where you have like a isosceles triangle right in the middle of it that's shaded. The only way you could cast that kind of a shadow on the moon is if there were two suns from different angles coming in and reflecting light, although I still think it would cover the full thing. But I like to pretend maybe this guy is talking to us from Tatooine, where there are two suns. Maybe they get moons like this. And it's not just some creepy dude in his basement who doesn't understand reality the way it is around him while he makes these terrifying puppets. Seriously, I'm not sleeping tonight.
At the same time, depending on what you're aligning, you choose. Your brain will look at the light because you're choosing to look at the light between the moon and the setting sun, or between the moon and the horizon right underneath it.
I think I get what this guy's saying. He's saying reality could be whatever you want it to be based on how you look at it. If you stand on your head, the sun never sets. It's rising the whole time and then it just goes black. That's not how it works. You can't just go making up things and expect people to understand what you're saying or believe it. You actually need some kind of proof, some kind of evidence, some kind of tangible, objective research, study, test, whatever you want to say. Not just a crazy person drawing weird lines that don't make any sense in his basement surrounded by creepy dolls.
It's up to you what you look at. Your brain will interpret it and tell you the truth. Trust your brain.
So I'm just going to tell you guys outright, I think that's terrible advice. You should get input from outside your own brain. Don't just blindly trust your brain. Personally, my brain likes to make stuff up. It likes to create scenarios that have never and will never happen. It likes to ignore things and then justify why it ignored it. Sometimes it'll make up reasoning behind why it did something even though there wasn't any in the first place. So it'll retroactively try and reason with itself. Don't just blindly trust your own brain. And that's the end of his video, guys. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'm trying to grow this channel, so you know the spiel on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm not a cop. I'm just trying to grow the channel a little bit. Maybe do some more videos, probably of this guy, because he's got a lot of fun stuff on his page that most of it's the ramblings of a crazy person. I'll just admit to that. But I think a compilation of all his weird dolls might also be a lot of fun, but I need to set aside a whole month of no sleeping and constantly being stressed out and terrified. Look forward to that in the future. Hooray! And I guess I'll leave you guys with the words of the great Steve Lemmy in the movie Super Troopers. Bye-bye! And much like with the intro, I need an outro too. So call for any creative-minded or helpful people is still out there. Keep me posted, guys.